So by loving people, we're first assured of truth, we're assured of forgiveness, and then the third one is of prayer. 1 John 3:21-22 says this, "Beloved, if our heart does not condemn us, we have confidence before God, and whatever we ask, we receive from Him because we keep His commandments and do what pleases Him." Now, John says maybe you're in that season, hopefully and prayerfully, that your heart's not condemning you, you don't feel guilty, you don't have doubt. He says the solution is you can then go before Him in prayer, you can bring your requests before Him, talk to Him, and He is going to answer, and you're going to receive from Him because we keep His commandments and do what pleases Him. Now, here's where we got to be careful. Here's where I've got to be abundantly clear about what we are saying and what we're not saying. Write this down in your sermon listening guide. Our requests are not answered because we have pleased Him, but because the request pleases Him. Our requests are not answered because we have pleased Him, which is a way you can look at that, but because the request pleases Him. So, let me see if I can help with this. There are times when my kids utterly blow me away with some of the requests. And I mean that in the positive way. Like, there'll be times whenever one of my kids comes up and says, "Listen, Dad, can you help me? Because I want to make this card for Mom. I want to make this card for Mom, and I don't want to spell Mom. I want to say, Mom, I love you." Of course, I want to help you with that. There's times whenever they say, "Listen, Dad, can I have some money because I want to get Grandma a birthday present? Can I have some money?" Of course. That's something that I would love to help you with on these things. "Hey, Dad, can we do this? Dad, can we do this?" When it aligns with my heart, it's an easy yes to say. Now, there's a lot of requests that I get from my kids that don't go in hand with that. I get requests all the time. "Can I have marshmallows for dinner?" "No, you can't have marshmallows for dinner." That hasn't happened since yesterday whenever they ask that. "Hey, Dad, can I go jump off of this thing over here?" "No, son, you cannot jump off." "But Dad, no, son, I have to have those moments of, this is not what I'd want for you." Now, it's easy for me to answer them yes whenever it lines up with my heart. And John is saying, listen, if you're trying to do the things that God has asked you to do in loving other people, it's going to be in line with His heart. And of course, it's going to be a yes. Of course, you're going to receive those things. "God, would you provide for me so that I can give for these missionaries over here? Hey, God, would you bless me in this way so I can have impact for your kingdom?" When you are in step with Him, when you are walking with Him, your requests are going to be the right requests. It's not saying, if you do these things, then He's going to answer you. Because sometimes we do that. Again, that's Christian karma. I don't know where that came from, but somewhere we have this idea of Christian karma. God, if I do this, this, and this, then you have to do this, this, and this for me. That is not how the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords works ever in the history of our entire civilization. God does what He pleases, when He pleases, how He pleases. And our job is to align ourselves with His will. And then as we begin to ask, He answers in that way. So here's what I would say. The only question of our prayers is this. Write this question down. Does this request please Him? Does this request please Him? Let me put it another way. I get convicted at times when I ask myself this question. If God were to say yes to all of my prayers this week, how would His kingdom be different? If God were to answer yes to every single one of my requests before Him, how would His kingdom be different? Or would just my life be impacted? I'm not saying that we don't cast our cares, our anxieties upon Him, because He does. He cares about us. But I'm saying as we pray, as we come to Him, my question is, does this please Him? Am I trying to love people the way He's asked me to love people?